in our nation, I was looking at this, and it jumped out at me. Haggai chapter 2. I think it's a prophetic word that's
Yes.
fixing to happen. Haggai chapter 2, verse 1. In the 7th month, in the 120th day, that's July 21, of the month came the word of the Lord by the prophet Haggai, saying.
Yes.
Now, go down to, he's talking about Joshua, the high priest. He goes to verse 3, and he says, who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory?
Yeah.
And how do you see it now? The earth, America in her first glory, Adam,
Yep.
had wisdom and knowledge and had stability. The forefathers looked to this wisdom and knowledge, and our nation has stability because of that, because
Yes.
of the leaders, because of the forefathers that looked to wisdom and knowledge and feared the Lord.
Yeah.
In her first glory.
Come on.
And then it said, how do you see it now? We don't need this Bible. We don't need this word. We can do it on our own.
Mm-mm.
We don't want to be controlled by this. Discard it out the courthouse. Take the commandments off the wall. Discard it out of the school. Take the prayer out of the school. Discard it out of the workplace.
Mm.
Brother, whatever happened, the people gathering before work and praying.
Right.
I remember revival broke out in a factory I was working at. We got permission to meet 30 minutes before work in a room, and we could meet there and pray for each other and pray for the nation and pray for that business. And guess what? The business began to prosper. And then everybody started fading away.
Mm.
And it went from a whole bunch, a room full, to just a few. And then we got laid off.
Wow.
Why did we get laid off? I don't know. The stability wasn't there, I guess. Maybe because we discarded wisdom and knowledge and thought we could do it on our own.
Yeah.
Why do we always do that? Why do we always turn to our flesh and think we can do it on our own and have to come back to the starting place and start all over to the foundation?
Yeah.
And that's where our country is. It's got to get back to that, Adam. Thank God for his protection over, Trump. Anybody that can't see the hand of God in that and can't see how God protected him in that and protected our nation. It also protected our nation. We don't know, Adam, what would have happened in this nation if that would have took place.
Yeah. Think about that.
We don't know.
Mm.
Thank God we don't have to find out.
I'm
Thank
telling
God when the enemy had a plan to take him out, God had a plan to keep him in.
you. Definitely.
I had that dream, Adam, about God protecting him.
Yes.
And I do believe that God's hand is going to protect our nation also. God's not through with it. He's not through with the United States. He's not through with Trump either.
No.
And people here's the attitude that people have. Well, it's just too much drama. We just need to move on and get these people, just push them to the side and let's start all over. Well, for one, the battle ain't going nowhere. You can roll up your sleeves and join it, or you can get on the sideline and cry about it.
Yeah.
But the battle's here. It's at your door.
Oh, big time.
And you either join the battle or get on the sideline. You'll be like the prophets when Elijah and Elisha came through there. They stood on the banks of the river complaining and making fun of them for what they're doing instead of joining them and following them and say, well, they may be taking higher ground. Maybe I ought to see what they're up to. No, I'm going to sit on the banks and do nothing and complain and murmur and make fun of them. So when Elijah was taken up, that mantle came, Elisha got it, that double portion came on Elisha. There's a double portion coming on the people of God.
Yeah.
That will stand with God and will not be on the banks of the river. They will follow, they will hear the word of the Lord. They will hear God's prophets in this time. Yeah, there's prophets today. He's not done away with them. If he did, you'll have to rip that part out in the New Testament, not the Old Testament. There's a part in the New Testament. Just rip that part out if you don't believe that. I believe every word. You believe the prophet, you receive a prophet's reward.
Yeah.
And you prosper. I'm going to follow the word of the Lord. I want to read this one part right here, and I'll go back to you, Adam.
Okay.
According to the word, verse 5, that I covenanted with you when you came out of Egypt, so my spirit remaineth among you, fear ye not. I'm reading this as if this is America, Adam.
Yes.
This is America starting. It came out of Britain. It came out from among them and became separate as unto the Lord. Come out among them, says the Lord, and be separate, and I will receive you unto myself. I will be your God. You will be my people. That was freedom. That was independence. They were seeking a better life, Adam.
Definitely.
They was coming out of bondage, Egypt. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once, it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land. I think that's where we're at. And I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts.
Yes.
The silver's mine. It's still the word of the Lord coming forth right here, brother. There's fixing to be a turnaround on the financial part in this world, in America. America used to be backed by gold. It's going back to that. I believe God's going to switch that back around.
Yes.
The silver is mine and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than the former, saith the Lord of hosts. In this place will I give peace, saith the Lord of hosts.
Yes.
I know my thoughts towards you, saith God, not of evil, but of good, to give you an expected end. There is a time, there is an end. There's a Kairos moment around the corner. God's going to reset this whole thing. This whole thing's fixing to get reset.
Mm-hmm.
And the glory is going to be greater than the first. Greater than the first. I believe that, brother, and I feel that in every bone in my body. And I'll say it and declare it, decree it on a mountaintop. I'll shout it and ring it out.
Yeah.
Because I know this thing's about to turn around. it's about to turn around fast, Adam.
Yeah.
Can a nation be born in a day?